Hello, my name is Junaid Ahmed Fasli. I'm recording this video for demonstration of fifth exercise in my C Sharp programming lab. The exercise is to demonstrate exception handling in C Sharp, and the example that I'm going to take for a demonstration is of a banking application. So here are the criteria that I'm supposed to follow. I have to if the minimum balance is crossed during withdrawal operation, I have to throw an exception. If password entry is wrong, I have to throw an exception. Then if an amount transfer exceeds maximum limit, I have to throw an exception. And if an account is created with a minimum balance of less than 500, then I'm supposed to throw an exception. And I have to create user defined exceptions in this case for the program. And if I'm supposed to do that, this is the code for the program. I have to create class which extends application exception classes. So in that case, invalid password is now a user defined exception that I have created. Similarly, and by the way, invalid password is to print an error, which is if the password does not match. In the program, I have given the statements as error, but actually what is happening inside here is exception is being handled. To make sure that the user is not getting confused with an exception and an error, I have written error here intentionally. Next, I have a transaction exception. In that case, for transfer message, maximum transfer limit is exceeded and remaining balance is less than the expected minimum. Then I have minimum initial balance exception. That means if the initial balance is less than 500. Next, I have created a class account, and in that case, I am asking the user to enter a desired account number and enter account holder's name, because first of all you have to create an account, only then we can proceed further. Then using try catch block, as we are supposed to do when we are dealing with exceptions, if the balance is less than 500, I'm throwing a new minimum initial balance exception. Then if the exception is caught, I'm supposed to call the method message, and the message is supposed to be printed. Then after that, I have to go to check balance. Here is the check balance. This is the thing that I'm using because the program should not stop if an exception is handled. So unless the user enters proper accepted value, the exception is going to be thrown and he's asked to enter the value again and again. Next thing, once the account is created, then all the details entered by the user are printed here. Then there are options of withdrawal if the person wants to withdraw the amount, and before he withdraws he has to enter the account number and the password. If the password does not match, initial password exception is thrown, caught, handled with a proper message defined inside the exception class. And after that only he is supposed to be able to make a withdrawal. Even then, after making the withdrawal, if the remaining balance is less than 500, he will be thrown an exception. And next thing, for transfer, here the condition is we have just one account. So what I have created is the password exception has to be thrown again here after checking. What I have done is, for the recipient, the account number has to be 2, otherwise the transfer will not take place. Next thing, we have to enter the receiver here. Now does not matter who the receiver is, give any account number, it is valid because we are dealing with just one account and we are dealing with demonstration of exception handling, not to create a banking application. So again, I have to create a transfer that if the remaining balance gets less than 0, insufficient funds, otherwise a minimum initial balance exception has to be thrown. Next, I have to throw a transaction exception if any transaction exceeds 5,000. Here is the program. I have created a menu for creation of account, withdrawal of money, or an account transfer. Based on the user's entry, the operations are taking place. We'll check the output. So first of all, we are going to create an account. We enter a desired account number, let's say 1, account holder's name XYZ, account password will give pass, initial balance say 1000. Next thing, we will make a withdrawal. Now intentionally we'll write the password wrong. Error, invalid password. Enter password again. I enter the correct password. Now I have to enter the amount for withdrawal. I'll try to withdraw 600. Remaining balance is less than the expected minimum, because minimum has to be always 500 there. And suppose now I try 1200. Remaining balance is less than expected minimum again. So we'll take 400. Withdrawal is successful. Now account transfer. Now we have withdrawals 400, so now we have just 600. Now if we are making the amount transfer, okay, first of all we have to log in. Receiver, we'll say 3. Amount to transfer, intentionally we'll make it 1000. Initial amount balance must be more than 500. Hold up. Yeah, then I have to give a proper amount. We'll say 100. So transfer is now successful. So all the 3 criteria of creating account, withdrawal and transfer is set here, and all the exceptions that I am supposed to check and throw are thrown properly, and the amount is received as expected. Thank you.